son knows me. No blood relationship with my son. You know it. So this is very difficult for me. I'm going to get through it because that's how we roll. I'm going to read a letter. I'll tell you this first. At the top of our street, there was a lady who had a beautiful house. It was one story. It looked oriental. And every time we passed that house, I would say, "Oh, I like that house. That house is so beautiful." I thought I was talking to myself because, you know, ladies, they don't listen to this, right? Okay. But my son was. My son did. And this is a letter from the lady. A brief encounter, a life remembered. As we go about the business of our daily lives, we're sometimes blessed with a special event or encounter that makes us smile and makes us appreciate our blessings. One such unexpected meeting happened to my husband and I a few years ago. We were working in our yard and first heard a noisy dog approaching. We glanced up and saw the puppy straining against its leash and walking his owner. The young man apologized, but the dogs were in bunches. We all laughed. We're dog people too. So we stopped and greeted the puppy and played with him for a while. The young man introduced himself as Evan Chambers. We were immediately struck with his infectious smile and what my dad used to call laughing eyes. Evan appeared to have never met a stranger. You know that's true. All y'all know that's true. He was so warm and friendly and approachable. We visited only briefly before he resumed his walk. Shortly he returned and asked if we would consider selling our home to him. My husband laughed and said, "Not quite yet." Evan smiled and was on his way again. That was our only meeting with Evan Chambers. My husband and I were puzzled as to why this young man would want the responsibility of a big house. In December of 2014, she writes, it was 2013, I opened our newspaper and saw the beautiful, smiling face of Evan. I called my husband and we read the story of his sudden, tragic death the year before. So I guess she was right, it was 2014. We were out of town at the time of Evan's death and were totally unaware of his passing until this article a year later. We were heartbroken for Evan, for his family, and for all the people who would not be fortunate enough to know this remarkable young man. It dawned upon us that then, that as Evan had inquired about our home, wait a minute, it dawned upon us then that the reason Evan had inquired about our home was that it was in the same street of his parents. And despite his successful career in baseball, he wanted a home near his family. Actually, it was supposed to be my house. He was going to take it away. We continue to go about our lives today. Sadly, Evan is no longer with his family and friends and will not talk and walk with us again. Although our meeting is brief, Evan made an impact on my husband and me. From the article in the paper, we realized we touched the lives of many people, not just ours. We will always remember the handsome young man, the infectious smile, and those laughing eyes. Kathy Baxter. I thought that was so beautiful for her to take the time to remember that. I thought it was awesome because I would not have known. My songs made provisions for me. So I'm very pleased he did. doesn't make me happy to stand here, because just standing here makes me know that my son's not here. But I'm very happy that you all are here with us today. I see all of his boys and his girls and family and friends, players that he played with, and it makes me very happy to see you all. The reason we started this foundation was because the loss was so profound. It was like that. It was like that. Arrhythmogenic right ventricular cardiomyopathy. It's not a good thing. It's a thing you find out after the person's dead. It's hard to detect. You can't find it. And that's what he had. And we wanted to do something after that happened. But let me tell you something that settled my heart after Evan died. We were sitting at our kitchen table. You guys all know about that round table that was broken once. Okay? And listen, they replaced the table with little thin glass. I knew what had happened. I knew you guys had been here.
I'll touch on that later.
Chris knows it. He knows the story. So, I have to tell you honestly, at 71 years old, I forgot what the heck I was going to say. And I don't want you to think that I'm disrespecting you by not having notes. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. But I wanted to be with you and explain to you why we were here and what we were doing. We wanted to make it easier for young kids, young men, and also we had softball teams as well to play game, baseball, and softball. It's very difficult. All you have to, especially for minority students, all you have to do is look at the roster from 1970 to 2003. It's like, where did all the black folks go? They're still here, but they're playing football and basketball. Baseball is a hell of a sport. Ain't it? Ain't it, guys? Ain't it? Drew, ain't it? Keon, ain't it? We know it's a beautiful sport. It's our sport. It's our sport. It's the sport of the United States of America. The thing that has always made this country great is our diversity. People from everywhere wanted to come here and stand on this earth, under this country, this Constitution, our laws, because we have a fantastic, we have an incredible country. And that's why people want to come here. But we have to invest in our own. We have to invest in our own communities. We have to invest in our own sports program. And that's what we've been doing. We've been giving thousands of dollars to sports teams and organizations to help them function. I remember when we first started, we had a baseball league and softball. We first started, I called Chris and said, listen, we started baseball. These kids have never played baseball. Some of them, they don't have gloves on. Next thing I know, my garage, y'all know what my house was like. My garage was full, from the front to the back to the top. It was full of equipment. And what did we do? We gave it away. We were happy to give it away. And you know, I cried the first game when I saw those beautiful babies out in baseball uniforms, in the sun, in the green grass, in the blue sky, and excited about playing America's game. So that's what we're about. I'm thrilled to see you all. I'd like to acknowledge everybody by name, but I won't be able to do it. That's not a good thing to do, especially in my state. But I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you all. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for coming.